Yo, what's up guys, Eki here. Welcome to watch me choke in the 2019 NHL Gaming World Championships. Oh my god. We will start with the European Championships first. We have to have something positive in this video. So 8 players made it to the European Championships, 2 make it to Vegas. The games were best of 3 single elimination. So you had to win 2 players to make it to Vegas. My first round matchup against Domi90. Ended up winning, and this was actually kind of a surprise for me. Domi90 was, for me, coming in one of the favorites, and honestly, my warm-up games before this tournament were complete garbage. Before this tournament, I basically only practiced against Playmaker. He was on the other side of the bracket. I knew I didn't have to face him before I made it to Vegas. And at the start, my games were going good, but then this week leading up to the tournament, I lost like basically all of my games against him. So, yeah, that's one of my favorite goals ever. Let's watch this first, then I'll continue. I got bailed here at the end of game 2. I remember Domi had a cross crease. What a save by was. Yeah, there we go. And we were at the semifinals. About these times I started to notice the way you do in practice games really doesn't matter at all. Point of practice games for me nowadays is just to be in touch with the mechanics of the game. Play as much as possible, so every movement in the game and every goal in the game and stuff like this, you know, is in your memory. Semi-finals against Cricketsy. The winner of this series goes to the World Championships in Las Vegas. And I heard some rumors that Cricketsy was out very late the night before this game, so I was very confident Cricketsy might have not had his, you know, I don't know, best physical state going into this game. Series against Cricketsy was pretty straightforward. He was basically, for most people, the toughest guy in Europe, or one of the toughest guys in Europe, this whole NHL 19, but always against me I felt like he was a very good matchup. I'd rather have played Cricketsy here than Hansulinho or play either guy who was in the other semifinal. So I won game 1 before game 2. It is time to start the second game of the series between Cricketsy. I love cricket, man. In both games against Cricket I scored very early on. Yeah, which is obviously super important in tournaments. So yeah, I ended up qualifying to Vegas. Super amazing. I think we had a very awkward hug here. Yeah. So me and Hansulinho qualified to Vegas. I won the European final against him, which meant that I was in the semi-final of the World Championships straight away. But let's jump to Vegas and go over what happened there. Here we go. The GWC 2019 finals in Vegas. Oh, my worst gaming memory ever. Yeah, 2018 was good, 19 not so much. Let's see why. First of all, this year in Vegas, the format was so strange. The winners of the regional finals were already in the semi-finals, and the second place finishers of the regionals played a round-robin series against each other, 1 game against each other, and the guy with the most points made it out. The massive issue with this format was that if any of these guys were tied in points, the tiebreaker was something like who won the most games in regionals or who lost the least amount of games in regionals. It was something regionals based, which made no sense at all. Anyway, the point is John Wayne had the tiebreaker against both Kren and Hansu. So John Wayne basically just had to win 1 game. The winner of this match won because of the stupid tiebreaker. So the game against Kren and Hansu. Dude, Hansu was so good back in the day. He really knew how to use the L2 spam to his advantage, but got to give credit to Kren. Tough spot, 1 game, the winner is out of the GWC basically. 1 goal game with 5 minutes to go. I remember Hansu had solid chances here, but then he threw the puck out with this goalie and then some BS happened and yeah, just like that Hansu's GWC was over and it wasn't right. You flew to Vegas, Hansu was so good back then, you lose 1 game, your first game, and then you're out. Hansu still had to play against John Wayne, and Hansu actually won John Wayne, I believe 7-0. But it didn't matter because of the tiebreaker wasn't anything to do with goal difference, it was to do with the freaking regional. So Gren against John Wayne, the winner of this game goes to the semifinals to face myself. And yeah, I didn't like Gren back in the day, so I wanted John Wayne to win, but at the same time, John Wayne was a tough matchup for me. I played him the year before in Vegas. It was a one goal game, I remember it was super tight. He plays this slow game style. I hated playing against back in the day, nowadays I wouldn't mind. Me against John Wayne in the GWC semifinals. I guess you already know what will happen, but yeah, well, let's relive it. I remember this happening to me a lot. I played with full attack back then. Mic got muted, but yeah, with full attack, if you lose the puck in the blue line, opponents get breakaways. Your opponent has a breakaway. And I believe I allowed a couple of those goals during this series, which was just stupid. You see how stressed I am, and that wasn't normal. Back then I just, you know, I didn't do YouTube back then. I tried to make NHL as a full-time career. I streamed, but you know, my main income was to do good in tournaments, and how naive I was. The pressure of me just, you know, winning it the year before, playing against the NAs again, thinking that I have to win for my career, for pride, for anything. I think I put too much pressure on myself. Don't get me wrong, I believe John Wayne played outstanding back then, and he was very close of winning this whole tournament. But I didn't get anywhere near the most out of myself during this tournament. Like, I look stressed every time the camera goes at me. It's even frustrating to look at. Like, stop stressing, man. Like, I believe it's so important to try to enjoy these experiences, because these don't happen that often. How many times can I go to Vegas again to play for a World Championships? You have to enjoy it and not like just freaking stress like crazy. Like, what am I doing here? Let's look at this again. John Wayne tied it up off the face off. I completely misplayed with Subban, then I do a manual goalie for some reason. I don't know. I lost game 1. After this game I switched away from full attack, which really helped me in the other games. I didn't want John Wayne to get any of those free opportunities again, and yeah, I believe game 2 was a pretty good game for me. Power play. Bang. That was a nice goal. The one-hander went in back then all the time. I remember during this series I was like talking to myself, why am I playing this bad? And I just started, I tried to force things, and I was like, why didn't this work? It usually works. And yeah, I was just like way in my head. There, I just passed straight away to him in the breakout. Like, the goals I'm allowing are just so stupid looking back. Oh, this gets me right up. Oh, back, David. Yeah, I forgot to say, we had the team draft. Team draft as well. I had McDavid with the first pick. I couldn't really use him properly though, he was pretty quiet. But yeah, here we go. Game 3, winner goes to the World Finals to play. Top Chef Cookie was in the finals. He ended up winning this whole thing. Yeah, I remember in this first period they didn't show it, but I had a couple good chances that didn't go in. This was a pretty 50-50 game all around. John Wayne had the first big opportunity of this game right here. Look at that save by Vasilevsky. I had Vasilevsky in the regionals, and I had to get him drafted in the World Finals as well, because he was so good. But nothing has basically happened. Both players have had a couple chances. And 0-0 heading into the third period. You can imagine the nerves here. What is this Altus spam? It's so stupid. Has a goal in this series. No, one-timer scores! And Eki gets on the board first. Eki. I never forget this. A minute 10 to go in the third period. Eki shoots, what a save! Go in. A game-saving save made there. Lee on the counter-attack for John Wayne. Looking for a pass. Oh, Dzingel was at the doorstep. Oh, this was so... Oh my god. Let's go over what happened. 1 minute to go. I had a choice there. Do I go to the corner, kill the clock? Most likely something I should have done. But this is a saucer free back post. It goes in 80% of the time maybe. You know, series is over if it goes in. Perfect toss. Doesn't go in. Holtby with a massive save. And John Wayne had a couple close cross creases there here that he almost got through. But here I end up getting the puck in the corner with McDonough. Look at where my players are. I have 2 guys in the middle, right? So I don't want to put it to the boards, because his player is pretty close to the boards. So on instinct I play it on the middle. I don't regret it at all. 100 out of the 100 times I play the puck to the middle there. I know it's a bit risky, but I have 2 guys there. It hits John Wayne's forechecker. Okay, that happens. Puck is still going into this player's direction, and he looks away, turns away, and John Wayne gets the puck with single. Oh, that's why the reaction was that for me after the puck went in. And look what happened to me in this face-off. Look, I went early and John Wayne won the face-off for free. I outplay myself with Subban again, and that's what GWC. Or wait. Is it? Last 30 seconds. Here I was like, F it, I'm not going out like this. I really got myself together mentally. Yeah, I was really sure that I will freaking score here. Yeah, McDonough coming down. That's a good move. Trying to sauce it to the front. Larkin! Oh, what a poke by John Wayne there. Could have gotten in front. And here I was like, okay, offensive on face-off. These were super good. They still are. I decided I will tie up, go to the back post. That went in a lot in this game. And I have Larkin there. He's very fast. McDavid ties up Larkin, back post, and the goalie poke! I know, right dog, I know! Oh my god.
Good luck in the final. Hey, thanks baby, I appreciate it.
Man, I can't believe I wanted to relive that. What was I thinking? No, but seriously, the funny thing is, if I would have won a second World Championships, I'm not sure if I would have had that same motivation to grind YouTube like crazy, grind content like crazy, still trying to prove myself in tournaments. I don't know. I guess we never know. But I'm happy how things turned up. I can't lie, I thought about that loss for many years, and only recently I've had this like thought process of why worry about stuff what has happened in the past, like in general, because you can't affect it. So yeah, after like really realizing that, I think that has helped me mentally a lot. And the funny thing is, after this GWC in 2019, when I started to have more things outside of like tournament success going on in my life, in like private life, in like YouTube and socials as well, I started worrying way less about like just playing in tournaments, and yeah, just not putting that extra pressure on myself. And after that, I've just felt like a lot better actually playing in tournaments. So I feel like my tournament success has been better. But yeah, there's the video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the lack of videos recently. I've been having a summer break. As I've told you before, the Finnish Championships are starting soon. I will have a full video series of how that tournament will go. It will start in September for me, so yeah, after Finnish Championships are done, NHL 23 is here, and we will start the grind again. Ooh, can't wait to play hot. As weird as that sounds. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching, have a great day, and see you next time.